Yeah, but we gonna kill him some more. Check this out. Say hello to my little freak. Out for y'all. And this is illegal though, so don't tell him it's mine. Man.
Tupac's death is the dumbest shit of all time because he died because all these guys sold him this lifestyle idea, but he wasn't it. He couldn't fight. He had no athleticism. He didn't know how to shoot a gun. He wasn't that guy, but he started to believe it.
He method acted it.
100% method acted it.
I guess the one moment for me, like, because I really admire him because I felt like he could embody any part of himself,
Correct.
like 100%.
Sure.
And there was an authenticity to it. Even when it was ugly, he was like fully in it. But like when he got shot those 6 times in the studio, like he did throw up the bird on the way into the ambulance.
So it's so funny. First of all, he wasn't shot 6 times. That was a myth. He was shot 3 times.
Oh, still pretty good though.
Sure. Yeah. No. Yeah. I interviewed a shitload of people from that incident. That was at Quad Studios in New York City. He's put into the ambulance, and I interviewed one of the EMTs from the ambulance. And Tupac did that twice. He put the finger up twice. The first time was he saw Biggie standing there, and he gave him the finger. And that whole thing that Biggie orchestrated this is total bullshit. It's just not true. It's just factually untrue. The second time, he gives a finger to one of the EMTs, and the other EMT guy says to Tupac, "Tupac, we're literally trying to save your life here. Why are you doing that?" And Tupac immediately apologized. EMT told me, he was like, "Yo, man, I'm sorry." Blah blah blah. I'm like, It was almost like living this kind of thing where it was like on autopilot a little bit, you know?
Interesting.
Yeah, very bizarre.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and y'all know here F-ya-Motha, whenever somebody comes with Tupac or Jay-Z slander, I'm a black man. This has nothing to do with necessarily being a fan. This has a lot to do with these pale motherfuckers slandering the culture and icons within it. Now, first of all, he got it wrong. Tupac wasn't shot 3 times, 6 times. He was shot 5 times. He states that. Multiple songs. They're literally inside the insert of the CD. He has the bullet wounds that he literally shows you from the front to the back. So this jackass was wrong on that. If you're wrong on that, we gotta assume you're wrong on everything else. As he speaks on Tupac's athleticism, Tupac, while he was narrow and thin, he was ripped up. He had cuts, muscles actually like visible. This nigga's scrawny, looks like he's never done a push-up in his life. To say somebody has no athleticism and they couldn't fight, the non-fighting part, I don't know where he gets this from. This is a figment, again, of a white man's imagination to say a nigga can't fight and you didn't grow up with him. I don't like that. I think it's been a lot of people, culture vultures, speaking on things that they have no known knowledge on. It gets irritating because you never see black people too much, bloggers, podcasters, and any of the sorts talking about Bon Jovi or the Rolling Stones or Mick Jagger or Ozzy Osbourne. Like, we don't do that shit. Niggas don't even talk about MGK that often, except me. Whenever he comes with a bullshit song, I gotta lean into him. No Diddy. But you don't see that. When the reverse is like present, it's never there. You never see, no, black people don't typically go out there. We don't see Tasha K talking about Pink. You don't see us talking about Britney Spears, even though she's looking crazier as cat shit. You don't see that. You want to go to entertainers, the white entertainers that are dead? When was the last time you seen a black entertainer talk about Amy Winehouse? I'll wait. John Lennon. What other white person died that did music? I don't know. I can't even see. That's the thing. See, I can't even name any because it's not my fucking business. It is my culture. And even if I was interested in the person, as a person outside of the culture, there's no motivation factor to actually do that. You gotta ask, what's this man motivational factor? The fact that I'll be on Twitter and it perplexes me that these people, these pale people, they just like to slander Tupac. One woman said he was a gay gangster. Never heard a Tupac song in her life. Doesn't know the history of the man. Doesn't know the cultural background of the man. She just knows that he rapped and did movies, and probably has never seen one of the movies. So to actually put one and one together, these people are like complete liars. Not all of them, but overall, that's their culture. They just lie. They make shit up and it sounds hot, so they run with it. The fact that he said Tupac was shot 3 times and there's actually public record, hospital records that you can literally see the bullet wounds. Matter of fact, when he was actually given a statement and was put on the gurney, they literally put where the bullet wounds were. You can literally pull that's public record. The fact that I have to say that and the Google is here and it's your friend and people just be like, I at this point, when people say shit or when I say shit, I tell people at this point I couldn't even make shit up if I tried. Like literally everything that I say can be disproven with the search of Google. Now you have to do your Googles and you have to do your process of elimination, because Google does pull up everything, and everything on Google is not factual, but most stuff is. You got to cross references. If I got to tell you how to do that and do that shit, you stupid. What I will say is, like, you gotta ask what's the motivational factor. He's in a room full of white dudes. They have no cultural ties to Tupac or anything. Probably don't know anything other than all eyes on me and me against the world. So the fact that this dude made all this shit up talking about, and not only that, he couldn't shoot a gun. Before I started talking, it looked like he could shoot a gun to me, and he could hit the target, as y'all saw. Now either that's AI, which it came out in '93 on MTV, and I highly doubt it is, or he can actually shoot, and this dude's a liar. Like everything that you, and then they have Tupac's picture when he was 16 in the insert of this video that I clipped. And like, you got to put 2 and 2 together. My man was shot 9 years later when he was 25. No one is the same person at 16 that they are at 25. I wasn't. Anybody watching this shit, ask yourself, was you the same person at 25 as you were when you were 16? So he came across as effeminate when he was 16. He was a teenager. Probably had impression by growing up with his mom and older sister. I would have thought that was obvious. But as you venture out and become a man and actually get into shit, you start to mold and form your own personality, come in contact with other people. As it pertains to this guy talking about Tupac was sold the street lifestyle, sir, he grew up in the 80s. Anybody grew up in the 80s or the 90s, we didn't have to pretend like we were street. Most black people didn't grow up in the suburbs. That's actually a relatively new phenomenon in my guesstimation within the last 25 years. Before that, niggas grew up in the hood. 99% of niggas that grew up in America grew up in the ghetto, in the hood, in the projects. So there was no suburban nights in 1989. While he did go to a cultural art school in Baltimore, it was Baltimore. Look up the statistics of murders in 1989 in Baltimore. There, right there, in lies how he grew up. Probably unlike you. You look like you grew up in Venice Beach or some shit in California. And I just don't like these people coming out the side of their neck. One, coming with falsities. Two, just making shit up, sitting in a room pontificating with a bunch of them, like, you know what I'm saying, giving each other circle jerks, making shit up, trying to ridicule, mock, or make fun of my culture. It's a problem, because we don't do that to theirs. We let Charlie Sheen be a molester within your culture. Kevin Spacey. We let Bon Jovi wear his tight ass pants, his linen shirts. We ain't pressing y'all. We don't be talking about y'all. It seems like these weirdos get off some weird arousal by trying to like mock black culture or disprove it or make fun of it. This is the amazing part. People like him talk about Tupac not being a thug. The average suburban night nigga can kick your ass. With the handful of white dudes that are like fucking Brock Lesnar or Conor McGregor, and he's Irish. He don't even constitute as an actual white man because he's European. You fluffs that are here in America are softer than baby shit. The average untrained fighter nigga can beat up most white dudes. That's a fact. I'll bet my life on it. I bet I could have the comment section to get their ass kicked if they met me in person. So, yeah, I just take offense to that because it's always like they like to have us in this skewed like we're rampant homosexuals or weak emasculated men. When we see them, we do know in America we can see you. We know how most of y'all live. We know how most of y'all get down. Even though some tough cookies out there here and there, that's not the consensus. We can stop pretending. In any event, if y'all like this episode, you know what to do. I'm out.